And welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen, and today we're finally doing some Christmas DIYs. It is crazy that the crafting season of Christmas has finally begun. So the first DIY I'm sharing is these faux books. These are actually Halloween, but of course you can turn these into whatever you like. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint these red, and I'm also going to be painting them brown because I wanted to make these into a really fun gingerbread theme. I love anything gingerbread, and I think that's going to be taking over the majority of my house within the next few years of Christmas. So I just went to Cricut's design space and I just typed in either gingerbread cookies or Christmas cookies, and these decals popped up. So I really liked this one. It says Christmas gingerbread cookies, and then just a really fun recipe, which obviously is not real because you have 3 scoops of joy. You can't find that and put it in a bowl. This little gingerbread that came from Hobby Lobby. They're just little stickers, but I always add some hot glue to them. And then I also added this decal. This is also from the Cricut design space. And I'm using some of this like puff paint or fabric paint. You can pick this up at Dollar Tree whenever you see it, but they do have the similar price, and you can get larger ones from Walmart. And I just drizzle it on the top, and then I kind of pound the bottom down to get a really fun drizzle. And then you can add some faux sprinkles, or you can just leave it as is. I really love the faux sprinkles from Amazon, and I did see some this year from Hobby Lobby, but I left it as is. But I think these turned out so stinking cute. This isn't the whole theme to this video, but I do love making these fun faux treats, and anything that I can pick up that I can turn into something like way more cute than I have to. So fall time, I'd like to grab a lot of different items. These specifically, I'm pretty sure they probably have these around Christmas time too, but if you want to start in before everything comes to the stores for Christmas, especially Dollar Tree, I feel like they're always late to the party. Hobby Lobby they always start getting Christmas stuff out in July. But I painted these little fake wooden drinks, and then now I'm just adding a napkin to the bottom of this one. I think finding some fun napkins are always key to making like super cute decor. And then this one, I'm just painting the bottom of this red, and if you do mess up a little bit, it is okay because you'll eventually cover it anyway. So I always try to make a perfect line, and normally there's not. You can use some tape if you are not good at making a straight line, but I always feel like whenever I use painter's tape, it just bleeds through anyways. Like no matter how I use it on my walls, on crafts, there's always going to be like a tiny bit that always seems to come through. But once those are painted, I decided to also make this straw into like that little candy cane like peppermint theme. So I'm also using a napkin, and then just a ton of this fun like puff paint fabric glue. I know that they're both 2 different things, but I probably am more likely just going to call it puff paint, and I know that's not the terms for it, but it's like that tulip paint you can literally find by the clothes and craft section at Walmart. And this one was about gone because I used a ton of this last year. Once that was done, I added some faux sprinkles. You can add some fun embellishments, like whatever you choose. I always find the cutest things at Hobby Lobby, especially for little things like this, like the tiny little gingerbreads, candy canes, little ornaments, whatever you can find, peppermints, and I just stick those in however I please, and they turn out so cute. Today's video, I do want to thank this month's craft for sponsoring. They have the most perfect subscription box for any DIY lover, whether you're a beginner or you are more advanced. So they have 2 different boxes. This one is the creative box, and I really like this one because it is more for relaxing crafts such as crocheting, diamond art, jewelry making, soap making, and so much more. It comes with everything you'd possibly need, so you don't need to run back out to the store because you forgot something, which I feel like every time that I craft, that is me. I'm always forgetting something and having to run back out, or I just end up not doing the craft at all. But I love that they have a step-by-step book, and it really shows you how to do this. Now, I have tested out crocheting, and I may not be like super great at it, but it is worth another shot. I really love this diamond art one that they sent me. I have been working on this for a few days, and I'll show you what I have finished, but it does take some time, which is why it's supposed to be a relaxing craft. It's not supposed to be something that you can get done in a day. So I think these would be perfect for gift giving, especially for the craft lovers in your life. And obviously I like to start Christmas shopping early, but it does come with everything you see here. And then of course I had to share just kind of putting this together just a little bit, just a tiny bit. The great thing about this craft box that is easy to start, pause, cancel your subscription at any time. And it's perfect for those who want to pace their projects or just take a couple different breaks. So, all right, for this one, this is their DIY box, and it's ideal for hands-on makers. So if you're going to want to do some woodworking, bonsai growing, things like that. There's just so much more, but this is the woodworking one. I actually did pass this one off to my husband, so he's been kind of working on this one. I was a little intimidated by that, but this bonsai tree one, this one looked so fun, and I cannot wait to see my plants grow or my trees grow. And like I said, it comes with everything that you need. So I'm just going to share with you guys how I set this up. So you do need 24 hours for these little seeds to they need to be soaked in water. And I know that's called something, but I just went step by step. So wait 24 hours, no longer than 24 hours, which I figured that if I started crafting, normally I craft at the same time every day, that it would be easy for me to do. And then now I'm just packing these little guys down. And what's great about this, it's suitable for any type of crafter. So if you are a beginner, I mean, there is no way I would have possibly thought that I would want to plant bonsai trees. So I think that is super cool, and they look so neat when they start growing. So there is a 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and these boxes are $39.97 a month. So if you guys would like to check them out, I will link this month's craft in my description box below for you guys, so you are able to check them out. So get ready to Christmas shop, get all the things done early, and I think that this would be a perfect gift. I would love to get a subscription box that I would be able to do every month, especially during the winter times. But if you want to use my code KRISTINK20, you'll get 20% off your first box. DIY, I'll be using these little foam balls, and I just threw them right on some little skewer sticks, or wooden dowels would work too, but I like the skewers because they do have that little end that kind of pokes through these a lot easier. And then I'm just going to go ahead and paint them. I did paint some white, green, red, all the Christmas colors, and now I'm using this fabric paint just to make some fun designs, because yes, we're making some faux cake pops with these. These turned out so cute. They turned out better than honestly I thought they would. And I'm just using some faux sprinkles, and these are just so fun to make. So if you're not into these like fake sweet treats, I guarantee they will make like the perfect little like I'd say side pieces. That sounds so weird, but little like off to the side, like have a sign and then have these. It looks so cute. I decorated my hutch last year in all of this stuff, and it was just like the perfect thing for Christmas time, and it was like everyone's favorite in the house. It was just so fun. And then now I'm just adding some ribbons. These are from Amazon, and I just stuck these in a little jar, and like how adorable is this? Make some fake cake pops. Why not make some fake little marshmallows with faux chocolate on them? Obviously I'm using the same puff paint. That actually was from Dollar Tree, and I don't know if they have it still. I got pretty lucky when I ran into that. And then I'm just adding it to the top, and then you kind of just pound it down to make like these really cute drips. And then of course the fake sprinkles. Like if there was anything that I didn't love making more, it was 100% this stuff. And I am probably going to recreate and make different things like this just because it is so fun. And this is stuff that I honestly kept. I craft a lot and I make a lot of things, and I don't keep everything, but these were hands down things that will be back in my decor this year. little fake wooden spoons, grab them now. They are in the fall section at Hobby Lobby. I always grab an extra set because you just never know when you're going to want them for different holidays. I used them for Christmas last year. I used them for Halloween this year, and I'm going to be using them for Christmas again this year. And I just kind of put the little puff paint inside all of these different spoons, different colors. We have obviously green, red, and we're going to have some white. And then of course, we're going to be adding the fake sprinkles. I get obsessed with one thing every now and from time to time, I would say. So if I bought sprinkles and it cost me $7 or $8 on Amazon, I'm going to use the entire bag. There is no way that there's going to be leftovers because when you spend that kind of money, you really just want to use it. And then of course, those little tiny sticker gingerbread men that were from Hobby Lobby. Now the spoons were cute as is, but I wanted to just add them to something else. So I added these to tier trays. I glued them on to mugs, like you'll see later on in this video, but I love making faux books. It has to be also one of my favorite things to do for any sort of holiday, Halloween, Easter, like you got a faux book out of a crate from me. Like I've been doing it for the past few years and it is just so fun. So if you don't want to buy like a bunch of books or a bunch of decor, these were great. I just kind of made this into a gingerbread one. You could make these into s'mores. There's just, I think I'm going to do a s'mores one. I'm going to have to now since I said it out loud. But I'm just adding some decals. This is just from Cricut, and I am sure it's just Cricut Sans font. I am so terrible at remembering which font, but it's just kind of my go-to. It's always there as soon as you open up Cricut Design Space, but I'm just adding a gingerbread cookie. I'm sure there's one more word, recipe. Let's guess. It's been a minute since I've seen these crafts. Company, not recipe, gingerbread cookie recipe. Actually, that might be a new one too. And once I added that, it's just so fun to decorate. And of course, I'm using this. There's just no way I'm not using some fabric paint. And then I'm just going to be adding some embellishments to this as well. Little mug ornaments are super cute to use, and of course we're going to go ahead and use that Crimson by Waverly. This is the only red paint that I will use throughout the Christmas season. It just works for me, and I don't use red any other time, so you got to just use that full jar while you can. All right, so once I painted some of those, you know what I'm using. Of course, this sounds so familiar. I am using that fabric glue, and then of course some embellishments of little ornaments. You know the sprinkles are going to come into place here. But there's just so many different things that you can do with this. And yeah, it dripped a little bit on the sides, and that's completely okay. Of course, a little gingerbread. This one I don't think stayed. It took a couple times to like make that work. And then I ended up switching it out, as you can see. No, I didn't. It did work. Something fell out last year. I don't remember exactly what it was, obviously. But I'm just gluing these to a Dollar Tree sign, and of course we have to add a decal to this as well, and you have the cutest little sign. This sign is already pretty much made for you because it has that kitchen is closed, kitchen is open, and you could do both sides. I just decided to do one, but I'm going to go ahead and paint this white. I'm going to add a little gingerbread man to it, and all of the gingerbreads either came from Hobby Lobby, Walmart. Those are kind of my go-to places for gingerbread decor, and then I'm just gluing one of them down. We're going to go ahead and add some fabric paint. We're going to add some fake sprinkles. And then of course I had to go ahead and add my Cricut to this. Now, if you don't have a Cricut, you can probably just hand write items, or you could use stickers or stencils. I'm not really a big stencil person. So, I mean, there is other options. There's so many different things you can find on Amazon if you don't have a Cricut and need something else. But it's just a Cricut makes life so much easier. But if you don't have one, there is other options for you. We're going to go ahead and jump out of the sweet treat thing just for a minute because there's just so much more to come. I love thrifting. So this sled was already cute the way it was, do not get me wrong, but it was kind of chipping in some spots, and there was just it was from a yard sale, and I think it was a couple bucks. I did end up painting it white, and then I am using a silkscreen transfer from Couture. They don't have this one right now, but it is so pretty. I kind of hope they bring it back because it was one of my favorite ones that they did. Now, when you do Couture, if your transfer does not fit completely on here, you don't have to use every single part of your transfer, which is a cool part. You can kind of make it how you want it. I'm normally a black and white chalk paste person on absolutely everything, but Christmas time, something brings out the color. It brings it out of me. I have to use it. Now, I was having issues because I did not, I don't think I got some of the stickiness off the back. So you do have to use like a rag or like a microfiber cloth to kind of get some of that stickiness off. Eventually I did it. It looks beautiful. It looks great. And I love that green color. I don't know if they have that right now, but hopefully they bring it back and then just embellish it. And it looks amazing, like a brand new sled. One of my favorite thrift Christmas DIYs last year was this sign. I did end up staining it. I want to say the stain is probably dark walnut. I may or may not be wrong, but it's honestly one of the only stains that I use. Also a silkscreen transfer by Couture. And I just love this because, one, I think this would be super cute on arrows, but they didn't have any large enough that would fit. So I found this sign. I was like, this is going to work perfect. They fit great. And then I decided to add some greenery to the bottom. And I just think this is the cutest thing. I think it looks super high end. This was my favorite DIY from last year. I don't know why. I think it was just like one of the first little fake mugs that I made that just turned out so good. I am using one of the glass mugs from Dollar Tree, and then I am using the color khaki to paint the inside. To make the fake frosting, I'm using a cake decorating kit from Dollar Tree along with some caulk, and of course we need some foam balls. I grabbed these from Hobby Lobby, but they do have them at Dollar Tree if you need them. They just come in a bigger bag from Hobby Lobby, so you have plenty foam balls for snowmen or things like this. This just kind of takes up a lot of space, so you don't need a ton of caulk, and so it kind of doesn't sink down and just make everything flat. So once that is done and I cut out my piece of cardboard, we're going to go ahead and use the caulk. As you can see, I already have glued that kit or that little tip to the caulk, and I'm just going to go around, and you can just decorate this however you would like. Once the bottom was done, I kind of started working on the top, and you will need, I want to say, 2 of these little piping bags. It's not a piping bag, but a little caulk. You're going to need 2 of them because one will not work for this. Once that was done, I just embellished with my heart, and I just added whatever I chose to. I have some sprinkles. I have little fake caulk dripping on this, and then I added some gingerbread men to the top. They were just little ornaments from Hobby Lobby, and then I just cut off the bottom so they would stay a lot better, because if you have the whole body, it's just going to sink, it's not going to work, and they're going to tip over. And then I just added a gingerbread latte decal to the mug, and that was it. This one, I just grabbed a snowman mug, obviously my caulk and my cake decorating tips, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add some glitter glue to the top of this. I grabbed this on clearance at Walmart, but I'm sure they have this at Dollar Tree as well. But I just went with the silver one and just added some to the top of this. Then I wanted to embellish it just a little bit, so I added this little snowman hat. I want to say this is also from Hobby Lobby, and I just glued a little gingerbread to the top and then just added it into the caulk once it was still wet, so it would stay together. And I think this is adorable. This is a quick one. So I just grabbed a decal off of Cricut Design Space, and this one has like the spot for the carrots, the milk, and the cookies. And then I am just adding this to a Dollar Tree glass plate, and I just think this is really cute. I just kind of made this into decor versus actually putting food on this, since it is a decal, but I think this one is adorable. You can find these wooden pieces from Dollar Tree, grab them. I'm just using a couple different paints to try to find the frosting color or the cookie color that I actually want, because it's not frosting. I wish it would have been a little more brown, but we'll go ahead and go with it. Some Spackle from Dollar Tree, and I'm just using a plastic fork to spread this on just like it is frosting. And then we're going to go ahead and add some fake sprinkles to these. These remind me of the fun Loft House cookies, and we love them around our house. So I think this was the perfect touch to some Christmas decor. This one, I just grabbed some wooden spoons and like this wooden turner. Is that what it's called? Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and paint them red. And these are actually from Dollar General. They're only $1 there. So I think that hitting up Dollar General and looking for things like this is perfect, because you're obviously saving some money. And I did find some, I want to say last year or even this year, that they come in a 3-pack for only $1. So if you can, they're a little bit smaller than this, but I think that is a steal. Obviously, we're using some puff paint for the tips of this, so it looks like you kind of like dug frosting out of the bowl. I think these are adorable. I also added some fake sprinkles because, well, you know why, because I still had some laying around and you got to use it all. And then I just added Christmas cookies with my Cricut to the bottoms of these, and I think that these are just absolutely adorable. One, I am using a Dollar Tree wood Christmas tree. I am also using this wood round. This is from Chocateur. Also this Chocateur silkscreen transfer. This is this gingham? Is this buffalo check? They all kind of look pretty similar, so we're just going to go with something in between. I'm using some white chalk paste to add this. I just think that white makes this pop a little bit more, especially because you're still going to see through and you're going to see that brown on the back side as well. Also using just some green Waverly chalk paint. This, I want to say it's called Christmas Tree. I could be completely wrong, but let me know if I'm wrong. I probably am. Also fabric glue, because it was just the theme of last year, and I have a good feeling about this year as well. That's just going to be the theme as well. But I thought I would just add it to the tops of the trees to make it look like there is some fake snow on here. So that was all dry. I just glued this right to the bottom, and I kind of placed it at the bottom because I wanted to obviously add some some bows and greenery and all the things. Merry Christmas. I don't know if this wood is from Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree, but I want to say they both have pretty similar things. And then just added a ton of greenery, and I think the ones with the snow is my favorite. And I did not have the edges or the sides match because I thought that just looked a little more fun, just being just a tiny bit different. And then of course I added a Dollar Tree bow. I do not know how to make my own bows, so I always use something that is pre-made. This one is a super quick wreath idea. I just grabbed these little bottle brush Christmas trees from Dollar Tree along with this little beaded wooden wreath, and then I am just going to be adding the little Christmas trees to the bottom. And I did have to hold this down for a while because the beads were kind of moving around a lot, so you want to make sure that your trees don't fall off, because I'm pretty sure mine did. And then I'm just adding some greenery to the bottom, and this is just the cutest thing. I just had a ton of just like extra pieces from Christmas laying around, and I'm sure I picked most of that up from Walmart, because usually Walmart has a ton of Christmas greenery and like all the fun things to embellish, like wreaths and decor. But I think this is absolutely adorable, and it only took a couple minutes to put together. One, I'm just using these little ornaments from Dollar Tree, and then I'm just painting them with some brown acrylic paint, and then I'm going to be making these into little fake gingerbread cookies. I think this was the first fake treat that I actually made, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was super fun, and you can just decorate these however you like, but I wanted to make them look more like gingerbread cookies, and these were just absolutely adorable. Part was optional, but I decided to go ahead and add these to a wooden sign from Dollar Tree. I just thought this looked like a plate, so I figured why not. I also just made another little handle for the other side to make it look like a little platter. If you're looking for a 1-minute craft, I got you. I grabbed some ornaments from Dollar General along with these picture frames from Dollar Tree, and I am just gluing these ornaments right to the center. I just loved these picture frames. I thought these were so cool. They have the clips, they have the burlap, they have the bows, they have absolutely everything. And if you can find the right ornaments, they look absolutely adorable. So I just, you know what? Let me know in the comments how many times I've said adorable in this video, because I think that is my word for the video. And then I did just cut off the top just so it would kind of look a little bit better, and these are cute, and it only took a minute to do. also love these picture frames from Dollar Tree as well, and I just decided to go ahead and pop that right off because I'm going to be using it, but I wanted to be able to actually do something with it besides just try to like maneuver my way around the picture frame, and everything was just anyways. I'm using a Chalk Couture Silkscreen Transfer. The Christmas ones, I have to say, are always the best ones. I buy almost all of them just because they are so cute. I am using this candy apple chalk paste for this, and then once I pull this off, I can add it right back to that picture frame with just a little bit of hot glue, and you are never going to see it. Now, this was kind of a pain because I realized I had nowhere to put my fingers, and there was chalk paste literally from top to bottom of this little sign. And then just to embellish this a little bit more, I just added some of these little bottle brush Christmas trees that were also from Dollar Tree, and I think this is super cute. Another quick DIY idea is with this sign from Dollar Tree. Now the front doesn't come off that easy, so I just use the back side, so it's kind of double-sided. Also using another silkscreen transfer from Chalk Couture, I'm just adding this to the back side, and I'm going to be using some white chalk paste for this. Once that is done, I just added a little ornament to the top of this. It was from Dollar General, and that was it. I love these quick ones for sure. These are really cute to add to your trays as well. The last Chalk Couture one I want to do, but I mean, this one fits so perfect on this Dollar Tree wood sign. This Santa Claus is coming to town. I'm just using that candy apple chalk paste once again for this, and I just think they just look super high end just for $1.25, and you can reuse these transfers over and over again, so you could even sell these and make a couple bucks and at least just get your money back for the transfer. But I think this one has to be one of my favorites from last year. And for this one, I'm using another picture frame from Dollar Tree along with this napkin. This was from Dollar General. And of course, I'm using an Elmer's glue stick because it wouldn't be a video of mine without using an Elmer's glue stick. So once that is done, I am going to go ahead and add the napkin right to this. And I did cut it down to size, and it was like a perfect fit. So I don't know what it was about this, but I really didn't have to do a ton of sizing, nothing like that. It fit perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this little gingerbread girl to this. I want to say this is from Hobby Lobby as well. And I'm just gluing it to the edge, but I wanted it to look kind of 3D, which of course it did. And then we're gonna go, of course it did. I don't know why I said that. And then I'm gonna add some puff paint to this along with some sprinkles because you know, if you watched the rest of this whole video, you know. But that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love you to stick around and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out this month's craft subscription box. The link will be in the description box below. Also, use my code KRISTINK20 for 20% off your first box. And that is it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!